Let me tuck in the old bunny boots.
The funny boots?
The funny boots?
The old funny boots?
Oh, the Alaskan Express. All right, welcome everybody. Part 6.
No, 7, dog.
5, 6.
8.
Too many. Too many. But let's catch up on a little bit of progress we've made through the Belton. That was real hard. Tightened up the engine mounts. Let's see, we can go under here, check some things. Check out some things. Oh man, the light's way over there.
I got you, bro. Got you, bro.
Alright, so put some oil in it and it hasn't leaked yet. So we will see. I threw this little block off plate in there. Kinda hard to see. See my finger right there. That blocks, you know, a lot of foreign objects from getting in the clutch and, you know, ruining a good time. What else? Oh, we've done the trans brace. You can see back there. We're getting ready to prep up this turbo manifold. And just so you know, I'm not entirely sure what brand or kit that this actual turbo manifold is. I'll have to ask the customer, but be 100% sure that you don't need to put transmission fluid in before the manifold itself goes up, because right behind where it sits is the fill plug for the trans fluid. So if you were to bolt that up there and then needed trans fluid, it'd be about impossible because it sits about 1 centimeter away. Alright, so I got this oil cooler installed. It was a bit of a challenge because the front mount intercooler sits right in front of it. So you can't mount this bracket the other way because it would stick out too far, if that makes any sense. So I had to mount it inset in the grill. So I had to use a Dremel and cut out a little bit right here, cut out a little bit on this side, and then a little bit on the top right here for it to actually set in there. That way it'll sit behind the intercooler, or else there'd be pretty much no room for it. But it's not too bad. Got these wires ran. This one's, you know, longer on the short side, and then the long side's not so bad, but it's alright. It should work. Alright, so I've made some absolutely fantastic progress. The front mount intercooler on, you can see the braided lines right behind it. Looking good. The oil cooler all snuck in there. This is definitely a tight ordeal. Let me show you all underneath. But boy, does it look good. We got sneaky spoolie boy right there. Sweet. So that manifold down to this one wastegate, 'cause it's twin scroll, and then over to where they collect, and then that one, that wastegate, and then it goes off that manifold there. And you got your spoolie boy. Man, that looks good. V-band. Got the exhaust going. Another V-band. Then the rest of the way out. We got our vacuum lines hooked up for the wastegates. These tile MVSs say you need to have the top 2 ports open if you're not using a electronic wastegate. So we got both of those open. I'm not using the, what are they called? The H2O coolers in the wastegates. So hopefully those don't need to be blocked. It didn't come with little smaller screws to block it, but we'll see. But it's a pretty sweet little setup. Got the coolant lines all plumbed up with the heat wraps, and then the filter kind of sits like right on top of the cross member almost. Just a standard inlet filter. And then you got your charge piping that is a maze. It goes like up, tucks through there, around the steering rack, and around the motor mount, and my God, is it just tight. And you can see it coming out up here in the front, and then back to the intercooler. This is a pretty neat little setup, honestly. I thought it would hang a lot lower than it does. It's honestly pretty low. Like your charge piping right here might be your damn near your lowest point, which is pretty sweet. Still got to plug the O2 sensor in and off of the exhaust up here, but definitely some awesome progress. I think I'm totally done underneath now. So just dumping fluids in it and going from there and see what happens. Throw the hood on it and oh. So tomorrow I'll probably drop it down on the ground, just because I'm pretty sure I'm done with everything underneath except that 102 sensor. Just gotta plug that bad boy in, and then maybe a couple zip ties, just kind of keep things away from heat and things of that nature. But yeah, awesome progress. This thing's definitely gonna be done here soon, which is pretty sweet. I know the customer's super excited to get it. So stay tuned. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment if you have any questions, or you're doing this process at home or anything. I'm obviously quite familiar with it now, so any questions you have, feel free to drop them below.